Hello, Guardians. It is Ebontis here. We are in Nessus in Watcher's Grave, and we are going to travel up to last probably 2 months that this barge is going to be here, and then I'm sure this thing is going to leave, even though Nessus is going to stay. So, Joys of Destiny Content Vault. We'll see how things look after all the stuff departs. Also, an FYI, if you guys are watching this afternoon, that'll be September 4th. We're going to be doing our podcast this evening, actually, 7 p.m. Eastern Time on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Ebontis. Last Word, episode 119 with MiFi. Let's see what this guy's selling. All right, Exotic Engram, of course, if you got the shards, always worth buying it every week just to see if you do get something good for your character, whether it's a good piece exotic that you don't have in your collection, or at least just a good armor roll for something you already do have if you've got everything. So make sure you buy that if you've got the shards to spare. If you're new and you're short on shards, I probably wouldn't start with this one. Make sure you have your collection complete first. Other than that, let's go through each piece. First thing we got here is an old school Merciless, a fusion rifle. Used to be a heavy, now it's actually a special. Conserve momentum. Non-lethal hits with projectiles make this weapon charge faster until its wielder gets a kill. Now, either this has been fixed or it is being fixed very, very soon. So if you don't have this, make sure you pick it up. It is a fun fusion rifle to use. Basically, as you fire it, it goes zzz. You don't get the kill and you're putting, all the fusion rifle bolts into a, pretty beefy enemy. It's going to go faster. Zzz, zzz, it charges quicker and quicker until it finally gets to the point where it doesn't charge faster. But you basically, by the time you get to the last, I think 3 shots of the clip, you're going as fast as a fusion rifle can probably fire. So you can pump out a pretty massive amount of damage with this thing. Unfortunately, it's not like top of the meta. You never know when things are going to get buffs per se, but if you don't have this one, it is still kind of cool to use, so make sure you pick it up. All right, for the hunters, we've got the Foetracer, old buddy goodie. Relentless Tracker, visually marks targeted enemies, deals more damage to low health marked enemies. Now, this is kind of like what One-Eyed Mask would do. Basically, if you visually marks targeted enemies, like if your cursor actually travels over them, you'll mark them. And they'll stay marked even behind walls for a little while. So if you're looking in PvP to, watch somebody, see if they're going to hang behind walls, I don't see a whole lot of people using this one right now. It seems to be fairly low in the meta of things to use. But for a hunter, you do have 61 stats, but 16 are in mobility, and you've got 16 in intellect. So I've seen worse for a roll. If you're a new character, this might be a decent one to start out with. Give you a decent stat roll as well. So if you're a hunter and you don't have this, add it to your collection. You never know when it's going to be good, and this isn't a awful roll. If you do already have a decent roll, I don't know if I'd pick up another one until they tell me that this thing's going to get a lot better. All right, for the Titans, we have the Aeon safe. The only reason I would probably tell you to buy this is to complete your collection. Not one anybody uses. The perk basically is like if you do a melee, you share energy to other guardians. Grenade energy to warlocks, melee energy to titans, dodge energy to hunters that are wearing this exotic. So you all have to sacrifice all the other perks of exotics for this thing, and then you share this energy back and forth with each other. This is not a good exotic. I really, really am not a fan of this, and sadly, of course, it has 66 stats. It's probably going to be the highest for the week. It's 20 in mobility, 19 in intellect. But you've got 2 in discipline. It's only reason I would probably tell you this: complete your collection, throw it in your vault, and forget about it. Finally, for the Warlocks, we've got one of the most beautiful exotics in this thing. The gold, ornate gems, wings on your back. Still very cool. The Wings of Sacred Dawn. Perk here is Tome of Dawn. When Dawn Blade is equipped, aiming weapons while you're mid-air suspends you there for a short time. Now, I've seen people in PvP matches now just like hovering, getting some snipes. The air superiority that Warlocks have of floating and dashing in the air and Phoenix, it's crazy what they can do now. So if you don't have this one, Dawn Blades are having a lot of fun up there in the air, so this one may help you have even more fun. So you'll suspend there for a short time, improving airborne accuracy, reducing incoming flinch, and granting damage resistance. Weapon hits extend the effect's duration. So if you do get hits while you're in the air, hovering above a doorway, sniping across a map, whatever it is, it's going to serve you fairly well. So Wings of Sacred Dawn, if you don't have them, buy them. And you've got 17 in discipline. While the 18 in mobility probably isn't my favorite thing to see here because everything else is fairly low, I've seen worse. So again, if you don't have this thing at all, for sure pick it up. If your stat roll is just from collections, this one's got to be better. So definitely buy it as well. That is basically it for Tentacle Face today. As I said, tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, twitch.tv/Ebontis. We will be having Last Word, episode 119 with MiFi. Awesome dude. Just going to chat it up, talk about the new stasis abilities, content vault topics of like triumphs and things like that. So lots to discuss this evening. So come tune in. If you guys haven't followed me before, you can also find me on Twitter. It's Ebontis there. And if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, the alert bell. It's at least going to give my videos a chance to come to your YouTube feed because YouTube is crazy hard to get through the algorithm. So if you guys hit those, it helps. And if you enjoyed the video, drop a like below, leave a comment if you even just want to say hello, and I'll see you soon.